Hi everyone, welcome to Karen's Corner. Thank you for joining me and taking time for yourself for this next 30 minutes, a little movement and meditation. I thought that we would focus today on the heart, and it's associated with touch. And we're knowing a lot of people who are getting to a point in their lives where they're vaccinated, they're getting a little bit more comfortable venturing out, and I myself have experienced a hug or two this last week that have left me without words, very emotional for me. And I think for me personally, didn't realize, I knew that I missed that touch, that hug, but I didn't realize myself how much I was holding in, and what a breakthrough I had when I was actually able to put my arms around someone that I hadn't in over a year. So, and it really moves your heart. It's associated with touch, and it's just not the physical touch. People can say words to you that have touched your heart. They can have actions serve you in some way that have touched you in some way. And that's really how we connect, how our spirits connect, is through the heart. And when we have that connection, we feel all one. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and get started. Work your way onto your back for just a moment here. Actually, I think we'll start seated. Just sit up nice and tall. Give yourself a little bit of movement back and forth until you feel your heart, that place right in the center. And we have a front of the heart and we have a back of the heart. So visualize the heart literally in the center of your earthen vessel. So a little movement forward or back till you feel like it's perfectly centered over your hips. It's just a real subtle connection there. And it's how you feel. So don't worry about how you look. Invite the palms to rest comfortably on your lap or on your knees. Close the eyes. And from this seated position, shift your gaze behind your closed lids down towards your heart. And it's just that simple shift softens the skin on your face. Invite the lips to touch, but the teeth to separate. And just begin to breathe in and out. Using your breath to anchor yourself in your practice. Just letting go of whatever it is you brought into your sacred space here, whether you're doing this in the morning, midday, afternoon, evening. Really dedicating this time for yourself. And then from here, bring the palms together to the heart. Let the thumbs just gently rest comfortably at heart center. And a choice to close the eyes here and keep the eyes closed to stay inside. Once again, from the center of your heart, take an inhale and just give yourself a gentle lift. You'll feel the spine elongate here. Keep the back of the neck nice and long too. And then as the heart remains lifted, allow everything else to just fall away. Take another breath in here. And then as you exhale, keeping that spine nice and long. As you take your out breath, drop chin to chest. So resist the urge to lower down. We keep the heart lifted. We're just dropping chin to chest. And then we're taking a nice stretch in the upper shoulders and the back of the neck. See if you can, from each inhalation, lengthen a little bit more. And on the exhalation, soften. So the heart keeps getting lighter and lighter. And then keeping that lift here, slowly begin to roll that right ear over toward the shoulder. Bring it back to center on the in-breath, and then in the opposite direction. And then flow with the rhythm of your breath, moving back and forth. Your choice here. If you find a little stickiness in your neck, can hold, move the chin around a little bit. Working out any sort of tension here, any energy you might be holding. Just a few more breaths here. Notice if the shoulders that begin to slump down a little bit. Pause for a moment. Go ahead, inhale, lift up through your heart, and then start over when you're ready. Good, bringing your chin back to center. From here, release the palms, lift the head up to a comfortable gaze. If you're sitting in a cross-legged position, uncross the legs and recross them in the opposite direction. Find that center once again. Envision your heart centered over the hips, nice long spine. Instead of lengthening the spine, see if you can vision that heart again, right in the center of your chest. Inhale and lift. And then on the exhale, the shoulders fall away. Neck is nice and long, back of the neck is long. And then with the palms resting comfortably on your lap or on your knees, we'll do some seated cat-cows here. So on an in-breath, breathe your heart forward, shoulder blades slide toward one another. On the exhale, pull the belly in, pull the heart in, pull chin to chest. Go ahead and breathe through this. Movement flows with the breath here. Couple more times here. Repositioning your heart once again. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, soften. Eyes are closed, blink them open. Find your way to a tabletop pose. Good, walk those palms underneath the shoulders here. Knees underneath the hip points. Toes can be curled or feet flat on the floor. I like to keep them flat, the tops of the feet flat, because I feel a little more grounded here. So with the arms nice and strong, crown of the head, an extension of the spine. On an in-breath, some cat-cows. So inhale, lift head, heart, and tailbone. When you're ready for your out-breath, chin to chest, heart lifts up toward the sky. One more round here. And then find that neutral spine once again. Walk the knees wide this time and bring the big toes together. And then send the hips back toward the heels, melting the heart forward. Yes, sink in through the heart. And if you'd like, you can walk the fingertips nice and wide. Pop up on the fingertips just for a little bit deeper stretch. Notice what it feels like to breathe out of the back of your heart here. Good, one more breath cycle here. And then on an inhale, gently rise back up. Drop the forearms down, slither onto your belly as you work your way to the Sphinx pose. And take your time. Elbows come directly underneath the shoulders, arms parallel to the sides of the mat. Fingertips spread nice and wide. Once you've settled in here, just energetically clawing the mat. We'll do some cat-cows here. So on an inhale, offer your heart forward. On an exhale, chin to chest. Maybe even the belly lifts a little bit. Inhale, heart reaches forward. Exhale, chin to chest. Yeah, just taking our time, nothing to push away, nothing to grab onto. And then the next time that your heart is offered forward here, we'll hold. So again, you're energetically drawing your heart forward. Can you lengthen through the neck a little bit more? Feel the shoulders fall away from the ears. And then maybe even feel those lower ribs pull away from the waist a bit. Take another breath in and out here. And then on an exhale, slowly lower all the way down. Slide the palms next to your chest. Use your arm strength to lift you up. Walk those palms underneath the shoulders once again, knees underneath the hips, and then breathe through a few cat-cows. And if you'd like to add any sort of organic movement here that feels good in your body. And then just noticing maybe how that additional little movement, listening to that inner voice, warms your heart. Nice. From here, we'll bring the knees closer together. Send the hips back toward the heels. A little bit of a different child's pose. Option to keep the fingertips extended or float the palms down by the soles of your feet. Take the stretch into the lower back. Melt the heart. If your forehead doesn't come easily to the floor, that's okay. Take a block and slide it underneath your forehead. Couple of breath cycles here. This slow movement and meditation really feels my heart. I already know how to be stressed out. I already know how to hurry. Sometimes the slowing down part can be so rewarding. From here, go ahead and lift yourself up. Keep your block close by. Roll over onto your bum. And then slowly work your way onto your back. Once you get all the way down, stretch the body nice and long here. Maybe wiggle fingers and toes. Good, and then float the palms down by the side. Put a nice bend into your knees. Heels line up with your sits bones. Feet about hip width distance apart. On an in-breath, you're going to press your feet into the mat. Make sure there's nothing underneath your head here, and the chin stays in line with the heart. So inhale, press your feet into the mat, lift the hips up. When you're ready for your exhale, slowly lower all the way down. Again, option here to close the eyes, flow with the breath. And then the next time the hips are lifted, you're going to find a nice place to hold here. Shift the gaze down toward your heart, whether your eyes are open or not. And then from this center place in your chest, right where your heart is, take an in-breath and then lift from this place. You're not going to lift from the hips, you're going to lift right from the heart. The rest of the body will follow. Couple of breath cycles here. And then when you're ready, slowly lower all the way down. Nice. Hug both knees in. Give yourself a squeeze. Rock from side to side. Massage your lower back. Plant those feet once again. Find that block. Find your foundation. Feet hip width distance apart. Heels lined up with your sit bones, a little closer to your bum. On an in-breath, gently lift the hips up. Slide the block underneath at the lowest height. Chin in line with the heart. And then lower the hips here. Close the eyes, gaze down toward your heart. Breathe in and out. Let the hips feel heavy. So if you find that the mind begins to spill its way into your practice, and mine has a funny way of doing that, right? Just bring your awareness to your breath. And can you use the exhalation to soften a little bit more? Can those hips just get a little bit more? You're not going to fall. Can the shoulders relax? And you'll find that when the shoulders start to relax, the heart really shines here. Palms can come out to the side, palms up in a receiving mudra. If you feel you do need a little more grounding today, by all means turn the palms down. Listen to what is appropriate for you. It's your practice. Great way to customize here. A few more breaths in and out. And then gently press your feet into the earth once again. Lift the hips up, remove the blocks, slowly lower all the way down. Pause for a breath cycle. Again, no need to rush or hurry. And then draw both knees in, give yourself a squeeze, or rock from side to side. Coming back to center, hug both knees in, lift head and shoulders, round the spine. Nice, and then drop both feet down, drop head and shoulders, walk the feet wide. Take an inhale here, and then on the exhale, you're going to release the knees over to the right, just coming into a soft twist. Stay here for 3 breaths. Inhale, come back to center. Pause in the middle for a breath cycle. Yeah, our tendency is to hurry through and get to the other side, right? I know it's that way for me sometimes. When you release the breath, release the knees in the opposite direction. 3 breaths here. Make the breaths count. Nice, full, long, rich. Inhale, come back to center. 1 more big squeeze. And then gently rolling over to one side. Go ahead and lift yourself up. Work your way to your meditation seat. And I really encourage this meditation to be done seated. I know that lots of times I invite you to recline. But if you're not comfortable on a cushion or a pillow, by all means grab a chair. Move yourself up against the wall if that works for you. There's no need to see me, just hear me. I'll give you a breath or 2 to get there. And then once you've found that seated posture, legs can be crossed or straight. Please make yourself comfortable, cover yourself up. Find that place once again where your heart is centered over the hips. Yeah, play with it a little bit. You'll know when you're there. And then once again, join the palms together in front of the heart, the thumbs gently resting right at the center. From this place of our heart, take an inhale, lengthen, and as you exhale, let everything else fall away. Float the eyes closed if you haven't done so already. Gaze is down toward the heart as well. Our heart chakra. And then just noticing for a moment any sensations in the heart. If emotions bubble to the surface, let that be okay. Just allow them to release. And then breathing right into your heart center. Imagine the beat of your heart sending out this softness, this compassion down the sides of your waist, your belly, the back of your waist, down into the hips. Down the legs, the knees, the ankles. Soles of the feet into each of the toes. Breathe into your heart once again and allow the beat of your heart to invite that softness through your shoulders, down your arms, across the elbows, the wrists into your fingertips. Your next inhale into your heart, that softness creeps up into your neck, your face, back of the head, crown of the head. And then keeping with that softness, that compassion, think of a person in your life, an action in your life that really touched your heart, a simple gesture of kindness. It doesn't have to be something grand. It's something maybe, for me, totally unexpected. Somebody just did something nice for me. And remember how you felt when it happened. Was it expected? Was it unexpected? And how it made you feel. We feel with our heart. And lots of times when we do this meditation, I've done it before, for me it's really hard to think of one thing. So if other actions of kindness come into your heart, let that be okay too. Notice how it makes you feel. Now with that softness, with that feeling, that sensation, think about something in your life that you would love to send that compassion and softness to. It can be somebody you know, it can be a total stranger, it can be somebody that you passed on the street today that you just tugged at your heart for some reason. A mother at the store with a crying baby she's totally exhausted. A work colleague who's struggling with a personal issue or a difficult boss. Lots of times our compassion comes from things that we have felt ourselves. A moment where I wish somebody had sent a note of compassion to me and I know what they're going through. So with that softness, just put that out there for someone in your world. Stay with me here, just a few more breaths. And then turning your attention once again to your heart, right in the middle of your chest. Breathe into that place, that center. Maybe even lifting up just a little bit. And then as you take your next out breath, drop chin to chest. Gently bow into your hands, your heart, and your internal light. And staying here as long as you need or want to stay. It's been my joy to guide you through this movement in meditation, opening our heart. May you feel love in your heart and in your world. And from my heart to yours, I'm grateful. I bow. Namaste. Thank you everyone for joining me. See you next time.